this group that I'm talking about here is one that has organized trash cleanups, spruced up events where the volunteer teams are working on removing invasive species, to block drops. These are passive cleanup stations set up around West Seattle for people to interact with on their own time. We're talking about Eric Bell, keeping it clean in our community. Eric, where's Eric right now? Eric, there's stuff on the side of your face. Oh, you got it, okay, just want to make sure you're clear. He's cleaning up, he's coming up here. Eric Bell, if you could, clean up.
All right, I actually ran this by Matt and he said it looked good, so sit back and relax. But this is a little outside my wheelhouse, so I brought a little script. I did want to thank West Seattle Chamber of Commerce for this award. It is an amazing honor. We had Rachel and Lindsay swing by clean up along Beach Drive about 2 weeks ago and let us know the news, and that was a fun day. But yeah, this actually feels pretty surreal being up here and accepting this award, knowing how this program originated. A Cleaner Alki actually started as a vision for myself to be more present and seek community in my own life. Although cleaning up was the focus of my work, it's really just a byproduct of building the connections that I needed in my own life. I've heard it said that in community it helps to be in the middle of the herd rather than on the fringes. And during the pandemic I felt disconnected and adrift for one of the first times in my life. Definitely on the fringes. This came from a myriad of reasons, but looking back, they were all outside of my control. I started to ask myself what helped in the past, bring a sense of purpose. And some Saturday Alki beach cleanups that I'd done with my brother for close to a decade were always there to kind of buoy my spirits and give me a sense of momentum. I started a daily morning ritual of cleaning up Alki soon thereafter, and about 3 months in, my spirits began to lift. I was meeting other regulars at the beach and kindred spirits that wanted to help. And suddenly a spark had been kindled, a kind of a gift from that desperation. I sent out an open invitation on West Seattle Connection one Friday evening for a beach cleanup the following morning, and was blown away when like a dozen people showed up. And it was that day that I started a Cleaner Alki, and the seeds of the community I was searching for began to appear. Within short order, we had moved off the beach and into our neighborhoods. As time went by, the group grew and we took on more ambitious projects that would appeal to more neighbors. Once a week cleanups turned to 2 and then 3. And now most days of the week you can find an event going on or members of our group out leading their own cleanup somewhere doing service work. We've worked in residential neighborhoods, at schools, in parks and beaches, business junctions, green spaces, along highways and abandoned encampments, and illegal dumping grounds. For the first 2 years, we more or less operated as pirates. We'd just kind of go out and we'd do whatever we wanted, and that worked for the most part, but it did land us in hot water with a couple people. And those situations I did not want to repeat. So to get more integrated and away from trouble, this past year we've reached out to better partner with the city. We have recurring events with SDOT gardeners on Wednesdays, Parks and Rec on Thursdays, and Forest Stewards on Fridays. Our work now includes trash pickups, invasive species removals in parks and green spaces, and addressing overgrown infrastructure that creates hazards in our neighborhoods. Since starting almost 3 years ago, we've held 350 group events and removed 44 tons of trash and overgrowth from the community. So I've been given praise for this, but the truth is that this has only happened for the people that show up and support this project. The community and the fellowship that has come out of this is what has really made the project meaningful to me and to others. It's pretty amazing how much connection and support I feel now. I truly feel at home again, and I've always, had everyone in this room to thank for that. In particular, I wanted to thank my teammates who have joined me on all these cleanups. Here today, Keith and Mary Anderson. Had moved from across the country and ran into a block drop station, and soon after were reaching out to see how they could get involved. And Keith was also instrumental in me getting my grant. Rick Beauregard is here as well. He's a longtime supporter. Any of you who live around Westwood Village and White Center have Rick to thank for how much better. Tony Mueller is an amazing team member who joins us as much as their work allows and has helped on every type of cleanup I've put together. And Greg Kapla is my daily right-hand man. He biked by a cleanup on Harbor Avenue about 2 years ago and just jumped right in. And at the end of the event, he said, you'll be seeing a lot more of me. And it's like, all right, whatever. And I think in the 2 years since, he's missed maybe 10 cleanups, if that. So he keeps me entertained in the van on the road, for sure. And I also wanted to give a shout out to Jenny Frankel at Adopt a Street program. Anybody who's involved with Adopt a Street just knows what an amazing program that is, and it really makes what we do possible. And lastly, I wanted to thank my beautiful wife, Monica. She's been my biggest supporter long before I started cobbling together grant money and, other funding sources. She let me follow this path and never once questioned where I was going or what the hell I was doing. And in short, she's the reason why we're here. So, I love her. So, thanks again to Westside Chamber of Commerce. This is an awesome honor. And I just want to extend an open invitation for anyone out there to come and join us. You might just find something you're looking forward to. Thanks. Yeah.